themselves. If you consult with and do business with, that's your external. That's an external team. That's a phenomenal thing that helps you build your team. We're going to be thinking about not just the external one. Let's come closer. I'm talking about let's come inside. Ooh, people that actually rub up against you. If I do business with my sister, who's the videographer and media person, she's in Nashville. We can do business via email, social media. We don't have to talk. We can do some Skype and FaceTime. But who's in your inner team? As long as the PayPal accounts and the credit card works, we're good. She delivers my services, I pay for it, good. But she's not necessarily in my inside team. Who's on the inside? Who are you trusting that's close to you, the inner circle, the inner team? Jesus had 12, then he had 3. Peter, James, and John, the inner circle. Who's in your inside? Trusting in other people and people trusting you. They're relying on you too, which we talked about earlier, but who are you trusting? Wow. Yeah, we got friends on Facebook, we got followers on Twitter, we got connections in LinkedIn, we got Pinterest pins, we got email contacts. But who are you trusting? Who do you really trust? Some of you trust family members, which is wonderful. I'm going to tell you right now, if Shaniqua Calhoun was not a good personal assistant, I don't care if she is family, she wouldn't be on my team. She'd just be a wonderful family member that I saw on family reunion and when a wedding or a funeral. But you have to make a critical decision of who's you trusting. And then pray that you live a life of integrity for others to be able to trust you. Next, the E stands for excellence is modeled and replicated. Excellence is modeled and replicated. Now, there's none perfect but God. But having a spirit of excellence, moving in excellence is what we want. Striving for excellence. You know, you can shoot for the sun, but if you get a star, you shoot for the moon, you get a star, you're at least shooting for the highest height. Mediocrity cannot be tolerated. It's a standard that you have to have in your team. Whether it's the inner team, external team, you know. My grandfather also had a saying, sometimes you have to handle people with a long handled spoon. You still have to love everybody, because that's how you're going to get to heaven, loving everybody. But you still have to handle some people with a long handled spoon. You just say, hey girl, and keep moving. So if they're not moving in the spirit of excellence, you have to say, I'm sorry, we can't do business. I can't have you on my team. But it has to be modeled. You have to have a spirit of excellence. It's back to you. Team means people. People need a leader, the leader is you. Okay? A, acknowledge and use all gifts. Acknowledge and use all gifts. When I first started my business, BK Royston Publishing, I did everything. And you can tell I do a lot. I was writing the books, and I started the company for totally selfish reasons. I did a book with another, I won't mention the company, and the royalties were horrible, and I said, I'm going to go the self-publishing route, but I'm just not going to copyright Julie A. Royston. I'm going to establish a company. I'm going to the Indiana Secretary of State. I filled out the paperwork, sent in the fee. I did the whole 9 yards to establish a company. It was a selfish motive, so that my profit margin on each of my books that were sold, on my music that was sold, would go to me, so I can reinvest in me, okay? And not give this company royalty checks they were sending me for 75 cents. Really? That wasn't even worth processing it. That wasn't even anybody's hourly wage, 75 cents. So I established the company for me. I had no intention of publishing anybody else's book. I have now 17 authors. I had not intended at all to publish anybody's anything. I was at a vendor table such as this. I had my books out, and a young woman walked up and she said, "Hi, Julia, you know I write poetry." I said, "Oh, that's so great." And she said, "Yeah, I want a book." I said, "That is so great." I didn't know what was coming next. And she said, "And I want you to do it. I want you to publish it." I said, "No, you want me to tell you how or to send you to a company?" I said, "No. I'm going to pay you money, and when I come away, I want a book in my hand." No, you're going to do it. So in my case, which is different from you, you have the idea, you have the brainchild, and the business plan, the game came to me. I didn't go, it kind of came to me, but it came to me for other people. I had the brainchild for myself, selfishly. So when I started, just with that one author, that one book, I'm doing everything. I'm writing, I'm editing, I'm doing the cover, and it was a basic cover, so it was good, and I'm doing all of that, but I realized, what if you have 2 authors? What if I have 5 authors? What if I'm up to, I didn't even see 17, what do you see with your eyes? I didn't even see 17. But I had to realize I had a lot of gifts, and I could do a lot of things, but I couldn't do them all well. So I had to acknowledge other people's giftings and be able to utilize other people's gifts. Yes, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, God has blessed me with a lot of gifts and talents to do, but is it really profitable for me to be doing every little step of it? Or should I outsource? Should I have an external team that does that? So, I have an undergraduate degree in accounting, but I'm not a CPA. So even though I can add and use a spreadsheet, I still needed a CPA to put his license down and pay him to do that part. Yes, I need to organize all my receipts and everything, but I had to acknowledge and use not only my gifts till they're used up, but use other people's gifts as well. That's helping build my dream team as well. Because even though I have a lot of gifts, that's not the best use of my time. It's best use for me to use my brain to create and oversee. Now it's time for me to acknowledge I need a lawyer. Acknowledge I need somebody, a graphic designer. Now I need a coach. I have to build my dream team by acknowledging I don't have all the gifts, but I need to utilize other gifts besides my own, in addition to using them. And M. On the first line, the mission is